Welcome to the boating adventure. It's Saturday the 21st of August 2021 and it's 11 days since we got back from our 8-day visit to Birmingham, and I haven't been back to the boat since we got back to the mooring. When I got home I did a routine lateral flow test, and to my amazement it turned out to be positive. So that was confirmed the day after with a PCR test, so I had in fact got COVID-19. So obviously I had to isolate for 10 days. Initially I didn't have any symptoms at all. I then developed the COVID cough slightly and lost sense of taste and smell for a few days. Some people say I've never had any taste anyway, but there you go. But anyway, things are back to normal now, so I've come over to the Swamp Duck this morning just to make sure things are okay, and there's a couple of things that I want to do following on from our visit to Birmingham. Something that we discovered when we went out on the trip to Birmingham was that this flagpole is now quite rotten. I guess with a lot of the wood on the boat it's showing its age. So I need to replace that, and during my self-isolation I've managed to find a flagpole to replace it with and try and get something that looks a little bit more sturdy than this one. So that's what I intend to do today, is to replace the flagpole. The other little amendment that I want to make is to the back step. We found that this, even though I had fixed it, it came loose and let us down. So it slowed us down at one point because I had to fix it, because this is the main entrance and exit to the boat. So what I want to do is to construct something that, instead of being supported by these side panels here, I want something that is supported on the floor of the boat. That'll take the weight off these sides, because a lot of this wood in this boat really is of an age where it needs to be rested. A bit like me. I'm going to replace the flagpole, first of all using this Flagpole Support, which I found. This is made of metal and painted white, and there's a little butterfly device there so that the whole thing can be angled to whatever position you want it in. You can either have it straight up, or you can have it angled into different positions. So that's going to go on the back of the boat and replace the one that's there at the moment. So I think that should be fairly sturdy. Then the wooden flagpole is going to be replaced with this rather swish metal one with a nice top to it, and it has these little plastic hook devices here so that the flag doesn't actually get wrapped around the pole. And the good thing about it is it's extendable, and there are various sections that come with it, and they simply just screw together, so you can have quite a long flagpole, and you can put about 5 sections in. Won't need all of those, but I can at least have the flagpole a little bit higher than it was before. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing this on the back of the boat. I think it will look quite smart. So the first thing I need to do is to get underneath this flagpole and remove it. I have now removed the old bracket, and for some reason there are two holes, so they need to be filled and covered. I've marked where I'm going to drill 4 pilot holes. Just wait for that water well to set, and then I can sand it down a little bit and make it a bit smoother. That's the flagpole support in. That was quite simple. There we have it. That looks very posh. And it's just about in line with the top of the canopy. Can be shortened just by taking one of the sections out if necessary. But I think that looks a whole lot neater and more impressive, so I'm quite happy with that. To solve the problem of this step, I have made and installed a couple of legs so that the step is actually resting on the floor of the boat rather than just being supported by these sides. So that should help to distribute the weight and give me a little bit more confidence when getting in and out of the boat. The last thing I want to happen is this to collapse. It has done it a few times and it could cause an injury, so that's now been sorted and I'm quite happy with that. Just need to get this all painted up and stained so it will match the rest of the deck. This is a little interesting bit of the moorings here at Sutton Cheney. This is one of the culverts that actually runs right underneath the Ashby Canal. So you can see that it dips down there in the middle. So that'll be the centre part of the canal, but it goes quite a way. So that's a little bit of tunnel underneath the canal, and it serves this little spring. So that's something you don't actually see unless you really get off your boat. It's Thursday the 26th of August 2021 and it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm just pottering up the Ashby Canal. Not going to go very far. I thought I might go to Shenton and have a little look around Shenton village this afternoon. I've done a few jobs on the boat. I've fixed the step and I'm going to go up to Shenton and maybe clean the boat, have a look around the village and then potter back again. There are 1 or 2 of the small hamlets and villages at the Ashby Canal that I haven't visited yet, and I want to perhaps spend a few days just calling in on some of those. Good to see that the farmers are hay baling already. So I'm just going to go up to bridge 35 and then towards the Shenton aqueduct. There are some visitor moorings around that point. I'll find somewhere to pull up and have a little afternoon stroll. Shenton is a hamlet really in West Leicestershire, and it's about 2 miles southwest of Market Bosworth. The settlement is almost entirely agricultural, containing several farms, and much of the land has been in the same family since William Wollaston purchased the manor in 1625. So it's essentially a privately owned estate village. And it's seen comparatively little modern development, and it has been designated as a conservation area. The settlement lies either side of the Sence Brook. The area is fairly flat and it is subject to local flooding. The hall has a fine gatehouse which is dated 1629 and a large listed dovecot of 1719 within the grounds. The hall was sold by the Wollaston family following government requisition during the Second World War, but most of the land and farmland was not sold. The church is that of St. John the Evangelist and is part of the Market Bosworth benefice. It was rebuilt by the Wollaston family in about 1860, and there's a 17th century memorial to William Wollaston which was moved into the church. Admiral Sir Alexander Dundas Young Arbuthnot is buried in the churchyard, and obviously Shenton is close to the site of the Battle of Bosworth. Therefore, some of the estate has been subject to quite intensive archaeological surveying in recent years as part of the project to locate the precise location of the battlefield. The first highly significant round of shot was found just west of Mill Lane. So we're just coming up to bridge 35. It's one of my favourite parts of the Ashby Canal, some beautiful views as we come through this bridge. I think this is a favourite place for the ducks as well. Goodness knows how many are there. A couple of donkeys and some cattle, some horses, all mixed up together there. This next bend serves as a winding hole. But it can be quite shallow, so if you do use it, you need to be prepared for that. It's quite unusual not to see a row of moored boats just here, so that's quite good, so I can get into the actual visitor mooring, which will be good. Some of the arn coat here is a bit dodgy, it's disappeared in places. It's the old wooden type, and you do need to have a chain. But further on, it's been repaired. This is the little aqueduct at Shenton. Takes the canal over the road. There is a Shenton farm shop. I don't really need a farm, but Looks like they sell other things too. There's the aqueduct from underneath. We turn left and take a walk up into the village. So this is Aqueduct Farm. There's some very pretty parkland here. And just behind that fence line and the tree line is the Ashby Canal. This presumably is the gate entrance to the hall at Shenton. And this is the 17th century gatehouse. William Wollaston, 1629. This is the church of St. John the Evangelist, built in around about 1860. Unfortunately, the church is still closed due to the current restrictions on things. This is the Sense Brook, very overgrown. You can't really see the water. There's some sheep there trying to keep things down. Now walking along Main Street. This is the old schoolhouse. This is the White Moors Antiques and Craft Centre, and it has a tea room, which sounds rather nice. And this is Tristan May handcrafted metal furniture and gardenware. So I think that's the extent of the main street. There's a farm buildings on the right here. that was the hamlet of Shenton, so I'm now going to move up the canal 2 or 3 bridges to the next one, which is Far Cotton. Okay, so I need to go past the next bridge, which is bridge 36, and then somewhere between bridges 36 and 37 try and find somewhere to moor up. I know that there is a picnic area just near to bridge 37, so there may be something there. Far Cotton is really just a hamlet, and I think there are only around about 8 houses. I haven't found very much information about it at all really, so it's just a question of a quick look. So that's bridge 36 coming up. A lot of the wooden planking at the side of the Ashby Canal is not in a very good state of repair, which makes mooring quite difficult at times. Having had COVID a few weeks ago, I lost my sense of smell, but I'm definitely getting that back again. Some of the farmyard smells just off the canal are very strong indeed. There are some permanent moorings here on the right hand side, so it does narrow the canal a little bit, so that also doesn't help looking for a mooring spot. I think this might do. I don't want to go around the bend and find there's nothing, so let's have a go at this one. I've moored up between bridges 36 and 37. So let's go and have a look and see what we can find at Far Cotton. This is bridge 37, and there would have been a few moorings up here, but you just never know, so I'm quite happy where I've left the boat. This is the site of a picnic bench, I believe, and I think there was a notice board, and it suffered a bit of vandalism recently. I think basically it was just sawn off. You really do wonder. That's an interesting addition to the bridge. According to the sign, it's 2.5 miles back to the home mooring, and Far Cotton is just 1/4 mile, so we'll go that way. Some quite interesting garages here, barns, a sort of Dutch effect roof to them. Very nice. So I think that is the extent of this hamlet. It's just one road really, and there's a lower farm here and an upper farm at the other end. This is quite an interesting brick pattern, using a slightly different coloured header. It's not every day that you come across a teddy bear's picnic. That's wicked. it's back to the swamp duck, and then I'm going to turn around and head back to the home mooring. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you haven't yet subscribed, then please press the subscription button on the bottom right hand corner of the screen on your mobile phone or tablet, and please press the bell icon on the home page of the channel, and you'll be notified by YouTube each time I upload a new video. Please give us a thumbs up and make any comments below, as I do enjoy reading them and I will respond to each and every one of them. Thank you for watching, and do take care.